Hey folks, Cam Rogers here for the 49ers Report. It's time for the 49ers Mailbag. Anthony chiming in, anything on why Reid isn't getting an offer? Of course, talking about Eric Reid, free agent safety right now. So Anthony, there are a few reasons for this. Number one, the safety market is really slow. We're talking about Trey Boston, Kenny Vaccaro, and Eric Reid are all unemployed, and all were good players a year ago, so kind of interesting to see that. Now you also have Eric Reid filing a grievance case against the National Football League, which obviously does not help things when you file a case against your employer. Yeah, your stock isn't all that great in terms of being employed eventually by a team. So, of course, Eric Reid is alleging collusion here, basically saying that all 32 NFL owners colluded against him, allowing him to be a member of a team, and similar to what Colin Kaepernick has right now with the NFL as well. So Reid and Kaepernick with a couple of collusion cases against the National Football League. All right, let's get to the next comment here from Rich, a frequent watcher of the 49ers Report and the Cam Rogers Show. So he actually sent me a message about draft grades and perhaps incorporating Jimmy Garoppolo into my draft grade, which is an interesting point because, of course, you could look at it as Jimmy G was a second-round investment here because of that trade with the New England Patriots. But I see where you're going here, Rich, but here's the problem. If we start to incorporate trades previous to the draft, it just adds a little too many variables into the situation here. So I left Jimmy Garoppolo outside of my entire draft grade for the 49ers, which was a B-. I thought they did a solid job. If you want to incorporate Jimmy Garoppolo just for, some fun, I guess you could give it an A+, right? Because Garoppolo seems to be the franchise, the answer, the guy at the quarterback position for the 49ers. But all in all, Rich, I just don't think it makes too much sense. Adds a few too many variables for my liking there. But I like your thinking. I like where you're going with that. All right, let's get to the next question here. Joseph, any reason why Quentin Meeks was not drafted? So the cornerback out of Stanford, a lot of people liked him to Richard Sherman, kind of that kind of physical play. And honestly, Joseph, I don't have a great answer for you. Now, he's now a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars, joined as an undrafted free agent there. Honestly, you guys have stumped me on this one. He was receiving a lot of day two hype, and it just never came to fruition. Now, what I will say is there was a lot of depth at cornerback in this year's draft class, and when that happens, sometimes players kind of fall through the cracks. Maybe Quentin Meeks was that guy that just fell through and really wasn't on anybody's radar once day three came around, and eventually he just went on to be an undrafted free agent there. So obviously Meeks will be a big-time player in the NFL. I was really high on him. He's tall, he's physical, he's good in press coverage. It's too bad the 49ers couldn't get him. All right, now we're going to go to some comments here. One from Mike on YouTube. This is unbelievable. Calling for John Lynch to step down because of the Mike McGlinchey selection at number 9 overall. Let me just say this right here, right now, folks. This is fake news. Do not believe in this. John Lynch will not step down anytime soon. I think he is doing a fantastic job. So, Mike McGlinchey, of course, yes, he did not receive glowing reviews as a pass protector going into this draft. But he's going to work on that, and I'm confident he will get better as the years go on. And he's going to be right tackle, too. It's not like he's going to be supplanting Joe Staley anytime soon at left tackle, where right tackle, you need to be a good run blocker. Left tackle, you need to be more of a finesse player, good in pass protection, all that stuff. And actually, the initial reports were that Mike McGlinchey was kind of struggling in pass protection, but it was literally for the first day and the first rep on one-on-one drills. So let's pump the brakes here on Mike McGlinchey going to be the reason Jimmy G won't play 16 games next year, all right? Fake news, do not believe in that. And speaking of McGlinchey, we got William Gray here chiming in about the 49ers, saying that McGlinchey is not an upgrade over Trent Brown. All right, I see where you're going with this one here. And let's go back to Mike McGlinchey and my thoughts on him. I think Brown is a good player. but I think McGlinchey actually has the higher ceiling. And the 49ers earned the 95th overall pick in that trade with New England, and they went on to get Tarvarius Moore. So pretty good value in that slot there, and I think he's going to be a really good corner for San Francisco. So I don't think McGlinchey is not an upgrade over Trent Brown, but I'm not saying he is an upgrade either because, look, the jury is still out on McGlinchey. We have not seen any regular season snaps from him. No snaps in training camp either. So let's just let the offseason go throughout the process here, folks, before we make big-time conclusions about San Francisco's number 9 overall pick. All right, folks, that was your 49ers mailbag. I am Cam Rogers. This has been the 49ers Report. I'll see you next time.